Yo, what up guys, and welcome back to another video. And in this video we're gonna give you guys a summary of the 2.3 live stream. And Wuwa also made another video besides the live stream, which is this video right here, the official trailer for version 2.3. And it is kind of like a small summary of what happened. Not everything, but a small summary. And I want to give you guys my opinion on the live stream because I think it was personally a bit lackluster and not that good, to be honest. So let's jump right into it. So here they talk, in the first 3 minutes, they talk about the story and Zanny and Chacona. I'm not gonna go into that. If you want to watch it, you can, but I don't want to spoil anything for you. So you can watch that on your own if you want to. So really good. They talk about Chacona and Zanny and talk about which essential materials you need. Okay, that's very nice. But my first point of critique is, why would you introduce a weapon without specifying what the weapon does, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. Because I want to know right now if I should go for someone else's weapon or for Zanny's weapon. And I can't base it off, this. I want to actually see what the weapon does before it comes into game. It's not that big of a point of critique, but still, would be nice. Same with Chacona. Chacona's going to be a gun user. So they look cool, but they don't specify what they're going to do. So this is going to be the first event you've probably seen already. This is going to be the Chibi event or the Cube event. Cubic, and QB anniversary event combat. And this event looks kind of like a board game. It looks pretty childish, but also pretty fun, to be honest. We'll have to wait and see. And this is kind of like the game mode you have to play. It feels kind of like Simulated Universe in a way. Where you have to choose, not really the same, but it is kind of like you're picking characters and then you have to pick the chibis that will basically assist you. And you can also make combinations with those chibis. So in this case, they're gonna combine Jinchi with Camellia. So you get Camellia's like twirl, and then you get Jinchi's beam. So you get a beam. Like you can see, like you get Jinchi's beam right here with Camellia's spinning attack. So that's pretty cool. And this is like the first big reward thing. You get a free glider, which is pretty cool, and 10 tickets, which is also very nice. The only part about the glider that I don't like, and I hope they show us. Yeah, this is the first event. This looks like the board game. But I hope they show us here what the glider looks like. Yes. So this is going to be the new glider. Don't get me wrong. I do really like the colors. But the only thing that I think is very lackluster of them is that I don't consider this a skin. For me, a skin needs to have something different. Not only in color. Because I hope they did do the comparison here with a normal glider. By the way, also, the trail that it leaves behind, I'm personally not a big fan of it. But that's up for debate. Like, look at this. They are literally the exact same with different colors. I personally don't consider that a skin. I don't know about you guys, but if you've watched me for a bit longer, there are definitely, I played Tower of God before, and I've also made criticism on that. It's not a skin, guys, come on. A skin should be different. Have different, look different, right? Not only in color. But I'm rambling about this. You get what I'm saying. For me, at least, it doesn't feel like skin. So you get this QB Derby anniversary spectator event. I believe you can like vote for a certain chibi that you want to win, and then you get like a tournament type thingy, and you get rewards based on that. Really doesn't feel like something cool or whatever. Another event where you get the memory travelogue. We basically have this every single time where you have to like take pictures of things and then you get rewards for them. Also totally fine, nothing interesting. We get another 10 tickets. Very nice. Just you have to log in one day, which I think is fine. And we get another 10 tickets through here. And 5 of them are going to be limited and 5 of them are not limited. This is basically the same as every single patch. And when I first saw these rewards, I was like, wait, what the hell are these things? I have never seen these ever. So like I was like, huh? What's this? But we're going to get on that in a later part. But they, right after this, they announced that they are going to do a 5-character banner rerun with Zanny and Chacona. So we're going to get 10 rerun characters, which is, and their weapon, by the way, which I think is very predatory on one hand, but on the other hand, if they do this only for the anniversary and then go back to having one rerun character, they're essentially rerunning every single character that has been out ever. And if they then go back to what they were doing, I think it's fine. But it doesn't come over as them like really giving us the opportunity to summon for all their characters. It feels more predatory. At least that's how it feels. Because who in their right mind is gonna summon for any of these characters when you have Zanny on the banner, right? Like, I don't get it. And I also saw some people saying that the banner would be guaranteed. That's just simply not the case. You pick one of these 5 characters and those have a boost rate up, aka you're just gonna get the 50-50 for that character, right? So really nothing that amazing. New companion story for Zanny, really nice. I'm skipping over this because it doesn't matter. A new event. This feels kind of like the event we got with HSR with the first anniversary. Nothing that major. Another event, more rewards, pretty decent. This is actually pretty cool. I would say I was expecting it, but pretty cool nonetheless. So we have Fleur de Lis coming to Tactical Hologram, which is very, very nice. Another endgame form of content. So yeah, really, really good. Oh yeah, and I wanted to talk to you guys about Chacona, because Chacona is a support that cannot only... I mean, she can choose, right? She can either choose with her ult or Resonance Liberation between Arrow Erosion or Spectro-Frazzle. So she's not only going to be good for probably Cartathea and Arrow Rover with Arrow Erosion, but also good for teams like Phoebe, Zanny, Spectro Rover. Those, like, she's going to be a very, like, besides Shorekeeper, she's going to be a very universal, good support. So, is there anything else that I wanted to add on this? Yeah, they're gonna make it easier for returning players to get rewards and to get weekly boss materials. Nice. We don't care, really, to be honest. And also a 10 pool, but this is only for returnees, aka we have nothing. And they also added something with a birthday. I mean, we don't even care, man. Let's be real. Yeah, this, on the other hand, is actually a pretty decent quality of life update. Because it is the same as HSR. And this will make it way easier to get the best echoes. Because what this data modify does, and what it says, like what I talked about earlier, when I was like, huh? What are these? This will modify your, for example, your 3-cost echo, right? On Spectro Frazzle set. But you have as a main stat I don't know, electric damage bonus. You can modify that electric damage bonus to now be spectro damage bonus. So it works the same as in HSR. And it is a pretty good quality of life update, since 3 costs with the right main stat are just really hard to get. And then also getting lucky with the substats, it's really, really hard. So we can go over this really quickly. Like you can see, it goes from attack, then you can choose crit rate, crit damage, healing bonus, whatever you want. So that's very, very nice. And anything other than that, I will have to go to the live stream with you guys, because they did add or said some other things that I want to go over. So this first part's only basically for Chacona, and I actually want to show you guys that I'm not lying about Chacona being able to inflict spectral frazzle or arrow erosion. Let's see a bit further. Hold up. Yes. So here you can see that you can literally choose between spectral frazzle or arrow erosion, and you have to time this, which I think is pretty fun. But here you see I'm not lying. Okay. Here they talk about the events, about the rerun characters. Here, this part of the live stream was boring as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. They talked about numbers in the live stream. Just do this for a player, like in the game, and you can choose to watch those numbers if you want to. But having a 10-minute segment of this in the live stream is kind of unnecessary and was really, really boring. And then this guy came in and talked about the rewards that we're getting, which basically means I think the big parts he talked about were, on one hand, the glider we get for free. It's going to be on Steam, Wuthering Waves. Then we have, well, let's just go over it. Well, hold up. Yeah, the cooldown for bosses are not there anymore. So you know when you fight a boss, you get the echo, you get the rewards. You have to wait like 2 or 2.5 minutes to get the boss again. That's gonna go away. Finally, that should not have been a problem in the first place. So I'm not really praising them for this. It's just like they fucked up and they fixed it. So that's nice. Happy birthday match. I already went over this. Not really that important. Nobody really cares. Yes. Yeah, the returnee event. Also not that important. Yeah, this part, I'm like, really like, who cares? So, normally when you play the story, you just get some terms that you don't understand, and eventually you'll find out what those terms mean. But now they have a line under it where they explain what something means. And I'm like, who the fuck is gonna read this shit? Like, instead of having this, why not, during the dialogue, make it easier for the players to understand what you are saying and what you mean with these terms, instead of having more text explaining what the text means. Like, this is not good, in my opinion. Really boring, and nobody's gonna watch that shit or read it. You hear they're talking about Steam, and also they're talking about 120 FPS, that it's coming to more devices or whatever, which is pretty good. Yeah, 10 more rewards, 10 more summons, really nice. And other than that, no. Oh, wow! Very nice. Initial top-up bonus reset, because 99% of players don't care about this shit. Very good. This, on the other hand, is pretty decent, because we're gonna get like this weapon we got, I believe, with the one of the latest events, with the fishing event, and this one we got earlier in Wuwa. And we're also gonna get these data thingies and also some summons, which is pretty decent, I would say. And did I skip over it? Wait, hold on. Yes, okay. So they introduced some new skins And I do have to give it to them. These skins look fucking phenomenal. Like, holy shit. Let's just look at it. One for Chun-Li and one for Carlotta. They're both fucking beautiful. Like, holy fuck. Look at those tits. Holy shit. Like, they could not have given us a more sexier pose than this, man. Revealing as shit. Beautiful, right? She feels like a Greek goddess, in a way. And I think that's what they're portraying here. And then we have the summer skin for Carlotta, which I think is also pretty nice. It's a lot less sexy, but I think it fits her vibe more. And overall, just a really nice skin. You know what would have been nice? If we got one of them for free. But no, they're not free at all. We're getting a 30% coupon for the skins. So you still have to spend money on the game. Yay. Yeah, man, I don't know. And here it is. A outfit voucher. Which can be used to get 300 Lunites off when purchasing outfit. Yippee! Amazing. Yeah, we don't give a fuck. By the way, these codes, I am gonna link them in the probably in the description, but also as a comment, so you can just go over them, put them in the game, and get all the rewards. Let's see. This was not that important. Yes. So this for me is the only like really big W for the entire stream. And that is this part. Here they are talking about a future collab that they're gonna do. And at first they really faked us out. They said like, oh no, we can't disclose anything yet. We're not gonna collab with anyone for now. But then they said, huh? Wait, what are we hearing? So, I'm just gonna go over it. Let's go. This is really fucking dope. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Cyberpunk Edge Runners X Wuthering Waves. This is very cool. I'm not gonna lie. There are speculations that the 3.0 and further is gonna be a new map or a new themed map, which is gonna be robots. So Cyberpunk makes a lot of sense. The only thing I'm wondering, it says 2026 coming soon. What is 2026? Like with the Fate Collab, we know it is coming in the 3rd quarter. But this can be December of 2026 for all I know. So if they could have specified a quarter, it would have been better to understand. And here I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna give us a free 5-star limited, right? Because that's also what HSR did. But no, we literally did not get one. And I was like, come on, Kuro. For the love of God, right? You got bested in terms of rewards by a Hoyo game. Come on. Like, I was not expecting this at all. By the way, I did not even go over this. We do get a free 5-star standard character, but who gives a shit? Like, Verena is the only really useful 5-star standard character, and the other ones are like useless. Sure, you can use them to clear content, but they don't deal that much damage. So why not give us a option to choose between 2 or 3 5-stars? That would have been a lot better, and that would have like given me. I would feel like the anniversary would be a lot better if they did that. So my overall judgment for this live stream is honestly gonna be like I want to say a 5 or 6 out of 10. I'm probably leaning more towards the 6 because of the quality of life updates are pretty decent, and the collab, the collab really saves this for me. Like, if the collab was not here, I would have given it a 5. Maybe even a 4. Probably a 5, but still. So really like a 5 or 6 out of 10. But if they gave us a free 5-star, I would have given it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. And yeah, man, like, it was pretty disappointing, if I'm being honest. I expected a lot more coming from Kuro. Like, I still am like baffled by the fact that they got bested in terms of rewards by a Hoyo game. By HSR. How in the hell is that possible, right? But yeah, man, that's what I wanted to go over with you guys. I'll leave the codes in the description and in the comments. Let me know what you think of this live stream. And also, what do you think of the collab? Pretty dope, right? Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.